This is an assumption question. The conclusion is this last sentence of the argument. It has been mentioned that the company provides two types of benefits, retirement benefits and performance incentives. It has been mentioned that performance incentives reduce turnover more than retirement benefits do. And then the conclusion that by offering performance incentives, this company will be doing the most that can be done to reduce employee turnover. Be always very careful when you see such extreme terms in the conclusion. There is a big missing link here between all the information provided and the conclusion that offering performance incentives alone is the most that the company do. Why this alone when the company is already providing two types of incentives? And this is exactly what answer choice A attacks, that the effect will not be greater if the company utilizes both the options. See, the conclusion is that offering this incentive alone will lead to most results. For this conclusion to hold, it is important to assume that offering both the incentives together will not lead to even better results. Answer choice A is something that strengthens the argument. It is something that must be true for the argument to hold. Try negating it and you get that the employee turnover can be reduced greater by utilizing both the options, and in such a case, the conclusion would be weakened. So answer choice A is something that strengthens the argument. It is something that must be true. A is going to be the correct answer choice. That the company can choose among several performance incentives, of which some are going to be more effective than others, is just a general statement of fact. This has no bearing on the conclusion that offering performance incentives alone will lead to most results. See, at the core of the entire argument is reducing employee turnover. Answer choice C says that the company is not necessarily dedicated to bringing down employee turnover. This is quite in contrast to all the information presented in the paragraph. This answer choice, if anything, weakens the conclusion, and therefore this cannot be an assumption. The argument does not delve at all into the cost aspects. At the core of it is simply reducing the employee turnover. So answer choice D is just additional information that does not have any bearing on the argument. Besides, this is not something that must be true for the conclusion to hold ground, so this cannot be an assumption made in the argument. That the company does not presently face any major challenges is just additional information that does not influence the conclusion. And once again, this is not something that must be true for the conclusion to hold ground. So this cannot be an assumption. A is the correct answer choice.